Welcome back to Daytime. Summer is fast approaching and we need to make sure that when we head out of the house, our makeup will stand up to the hot weather. Makeup artist Julia Dantas is here with ways to make your makeup last. Thanks for coming back to Daytime.
Thanks so much for having me back. So today I'm going to show you how I get this perfect summer look while still looking natural and glowing, and the steps I take to make my makeup from not melting. So I've already done this side of her face and I've already prepped this side of her face. So to prep it, I put a little bit of a primer all over her face, and this is going to be a nice base for the foundation. It's also going to help everything not move around throughout the day, so it's really important to use a primer in the summer.
Okay, and you actually put that all over the face, not just in specific areas.
Yeah, I just rub it all in, and you really want to work it into the skin. So that's what I did first. And then second, I use my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, and I apply that all over her face as well. And if you do want to have a little bit more of a glow in the summer, I like to add a strobe cream. And a strobe cream is just going to act like an illuminator in the summer. So it's also going to act as a highlighter and really help highlight the skin. So I'm going to pick up a concealer and I'm going to put that right underneath her eye. And I like to do a large portion underneath her eye. And this is really going to help brighten up her whole underneath of her eye and just make her look very bright and awake under her eye. And I'm just blending that in with a damp Real Techniques Beauty Blender.
Oh, so the sponge is a little damp.
It's damp. It works so much better when it's damp than if it's not damp.
And so I know that some people use a brush to do this, but you're finding the Beauty Blender is more effective?
Yeah, I really like using a beauty blender. A brush is perfectly fine to use, but I really like the technique that a beauty blender does. It really helps blend it all in.
It looks great.
Thank you.
And actually, the way you've gone down all the way around the cheek, it doesn't give you that raccoon eye look, like a reverse sort of raccoon eye.
Yeah. So, as you can tell, it really helps brighten that up.
For sure.
And then I'm going to go into a setting powder. And a setting powder is also perfect for the summer because it is going to help everything stay in place. And it's also going to help it from creasing underneath your eyes. So, it really helps, again.
And do you need to apply that fairly quickly after you've put the concealer on? So rather than going from one eye to the next, would you stick and stay focused on one eye, or do you sort of go back and forth?
I do both eyes conceal and then I set it.
Okay.
And it does crease a little bit, so you want to set it fairly quickly. And as you can tell, it's also just going to help brighten that up really well. Mm-hmm. So now I'm going to go into some bronzer. And I'm going to just put those in the hollows of her cheeks. And I like to use a bronzer that has a little bit of a shimmer in the summer because this is also going to act as a highlighter. And then in the winter time, I like to use a little bit more of a matte bronzer.
That way when you're outside, the sun can really pick it up.
The sun is really just going to help you like glow, look really fresh and dewy. That like summer dewy look is what we want. That's what we're going for. And I like to drag a little bit underneath the jawline because if you want to get rid of that double chin, you like to put it right under that jawline.
How do you know when you're putting too much on? How do you know when it's at that point where now I have too much bronzer on?
Sometimes that happens. And if it happens, you just take a brush and you just keep blending it and it'll just work its way in.
Okay.
And now we're going to go into a highlighter. So this is my Champagne Pop highlighter. And I'm going to put it just on her cheekbones. As you can tell, when you go outside in the sun is really going to hit the cheekbones and it's going to look really, really pretty. It's going to just look like she's just glowing in the sun. And I've also put that down the bridge of her nose and on her Cupid's bow. And this is all the high points of her face. So it's also just going to help everything come and work itself together. And next I'm going to add some color to her face. So I'm going into my blush palette and I'm sticking to the coral shade because she does have a little bit of coral in her dress.
Okay.
And smile. And you want to just bring it on the apples of her cheeks. And then we're going to work that back. You just want to add a little bit of warmth to her cheeks.
Some people, when they put it on, they ask you to smile to get on the balls of your
Yeah.
cheeks. Do you recommend that too, or
Yeah, I think it's a good way of like determining where exactly you want to put it, because you don't want your whole cheeks to be pink. You just want to hit the right parts of your cheeks. So as you can tell, she looks very colorful and glowing.
and natural. So I know that we've
Natural.
just got the base done.
Yep.
And when we come back from the break, you're going to get those eyes popping. So we have more with Julia Dantis when we return. We'll be right back. Let me see you. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Welcome back to Daytime. We are with makeup artist Julia Dantis with strategies to help your makeup last longer during the summer heat. And Julia, that's always tricky because when we try
Yeah.
so hard to make our makeup look great before we go out, and then we start to sweat and it starts to run.
Yeah.
So far you've helped us get a really great base,
Base.
so that it doesn't happen. Now you're going to help us make our eyes pop.
Pop, yeah. So in the summer, I like to do really soft makeup, but I still want to add some depth to her eyes. So I'm going to pick up a brown. I'm just going to put that right in the crease, and adding a brown into the crease isn't going to be overboard, but it's just going to help the eyes pop a little bit and give it a little bit of depth. So I like to just, for mostly every look, I like to start off adding brown into the crease.
Did you even do that with your own makeup today?
Yeah.
Wow. Because I mostly see golds in yours. It's very beautiful.
Thank you. So I'm adding that brown. And then you can also start adding warm colors. So I'm going to add a pink, a little bit of yellow, and this is just going to help make her look very spring and summer. Okay. And if you want to, I'm grabbing a tinier brush, and I'm just adding a little bit of darkness to the outside, and this is also just going to help give it a bit of depth. And look up. And I always like to connect it underneath, and this just helps everything kind of flow together and look really, really pretty.
I like using a thicker brush, not the liner brush.
Yeah. And now I'm going to add a shimmer right on her eyelid. And I like to add shimmers because really for every look, it's just going to help open up her eyes, because shimmer is going to reflect the sun. So we like to add shimmers on the eyelids. Okay. Now we're going to go into our fake lashes. So I am using the Ardell Denim Wispies. So the trick to fake eyelashes, it's totally optional, but I find using fake eyelashes really helps make your makeup pop. So the trick to this is you want to put the glue on, and you want to wait about 30 seconds until it's tacky. A lot of people put the glue on when it's still wet and it just smudges all over their eyes. And that's why people are like, how do you put eyelashes on? Trick is you just have to wait a little bit.
Because otherwise it gets in your eye starts to
Yeah.
sting in water, and
It gets messed up your makeup, so we don't
Yes.
want that. So we're gonna wait until it's a little bit tacky, and then I'm gonna get you to look halfway down. And you just wanna plop that right on like that. So I like to put it right in the middle, and then I just plop it on each side. And then if she doesn't move, it should dry like that.
So you don't need to squeeze it together.
On myself, I squeeze it together, but if I'm doing it on other people, it's easier if I just
If you just leave
put
it.
it on, yeah. And then we can add a little bit of mascara. This is just gonna really help make them pop a little bit extra.
Now, is there a certain kind of mascara you should be using when you're doing it? Is it waterproof or non-waterproof, or?
No, really any mascara works.
And how long will these eyelashes last? Are they disposable? Do you wear them a couple of times or just once?
I wear them a couple of times.
Okay.
So I like to wear them, if I take care of them, I can wear them up to like a week, 2 weeks, but they do come off at the very end of your makeup day. So we're gonna just leave that on. And I'm gonna talk about lipsticks. So lipsticks for summer, it's perfect to use liquid lipsticks. So liquid lipsticks are matte, and I have one on right now, and they don't move. So the whole day I have this on. I've had this on since 6 in the morning and it doesn't move whatsoever. But if you do want to add a gloss, like on Selena, I put a liquid lipstick on first and then I've gone into my lip gloss, so that way if the lip gloss does move throughout the day, you still have that liquid lipstick on underneath. So it does look really good throughout the day. You're always going to have a lipstick on, so it looks really pretty.
So just because it's a liquid lipstick, I always thought that meant it was glossy, but yours is completely matte.
Yeah, so the liquid lipstick just means it's, when you hear liquid lipstick, that does mean it's matte. So if you put it on, it completely dries matte onto your lips and it's not going to move throughout the day. So it is pretty hard to get off, but you know that it's going to stay put throughout the day.
That's what you want in the summer.
That's what you want in the summer. So if you're ready to go and you put liquid lipstick on, it's going to last you the whole day. So it's perfect. And to set the makeup, I like to use a setting spray. So this is my MAC Fix Plus. So it's going to be a little bit wet, but it's going to keep everything in place, which is also kind of like hairspray. It's hairspray for your face, pretty much. So this is going to, you just spray a little bit on. Feels a little bit wet, but when it's done, everything is going to keep in place the whole day. So it's perfect for the summer. It's really, I highly recommend using a setting spray.
That's fantastic.
And look up. And a little bit. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on the bottom of my eyelashes.
Julia, thank you so much. You look absolutely stunning. And I really appreciate these tips. Thanks for joining us again.